Everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about top 3 stocks that you should be keeping in your watch list for this morning. Alright, I'm also going to be addressing the market along with some of you guys' questions for this video who dropped the stocks of interest in the comment section of the last video. Again, if you have questions, drop them in the comment section. Just the ticker symbol will be fine. Alright, now before we begin, do not forget to annihilate the like button on your way in, and also don't forget to click on that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. So let's get started right off the bat. Alright, the SPY, the futures is open, and we are still down a little bit. Alright, the SPY is down by negative 0.10%. Alright, and I think there was some news, some announcements with, I think it said USA core prices or something. Apparently the percentage are slightly higher than expected, just slightly. All right, but this thing right here looks like we want to fall again. I'm gonna use the Nasdaq because it's an easier chart. All right, so let's go /NQ. All right, now the Nasdaq right here is doing what I told y'all last week. Oh no, not yet last week. I mean yesterday. All right, so we got the drawings here, and all the bears want to see is a massive sell-off. All right, so I think it's going to happen. I think that I don't have any reason to think otherwise. I really don't. I think, especially if the next candle is gonna open in 15 minutes, and if the market continues to go sideways like that, and then we see a massive influx of selling volume, we can see a drop. Like today could be just like yesterday. All right, so that's my honest thoughts on the indices. Now the first stock that y'all should be keeping in your watch list for today, that stock is TTD. All right, now the reason why I want to share TTD with y'all is because of this. If you go on to this chart, if you look at this thing right here, you can see that there is a bear flag right there and right here that broke down yesterday. All right, and right now it's a little bit lower pre-market. I think it's gonna go lower. I think it's gonna drop all the way down to 40 bucks. So keep your eyes out for that. Worst case scenario, if the market decides to play some games and kind of like chop, worst case scenario, we see a retest here, and then on tomorrow's Thursday, and then on Thursday we may continue lower. Worst case scenario. All right, but best case scenario, this thing probably retest 44 again before we drop in the same day to like 42, maybe 41. So that is the first stock for today. The next stock for today that I want to put on you guys' radar, that one is none other than GME. All right, and GME right now is still opening up at the same price, and we still got that left shoulder, that head, and that right shoulder up here. Will it fall immediately? Will it just flush all the way down, or will it go up a little bit, retest 127 before falling all the way down? The retest may be more likely, maybe not. Either way, I think there's going to be another rejection, and I think that the neckline is going to get breached. So again, if everything happens with the spot, with the Nasdaq, especially the Nasdaq, if everything that I explained earlier and yesterday happens the way it looks like it's going to happen, then a lot of stocks are going to continue to tank. I'm going to leave a bear on the thumbnail just to like give a hint of how today's going to be. So I think, yeah, watch GameStop for a drop to 118, maybe even lower to 110. All right, now the last stock that y'all should be keeping in your watch list for today, that stock is Lee. All right, now with Lee, this one is a Chinese a Chinese EV company. All right, yesterday they put out terrible news about selling 2 billions worth of shares, and the stock did. It's a combination of like It's a combination of an island gap reversal. We got the gap, we got the island right here, and then we got obviously the reversal down, right? If this wick was a little bit smaller and it ended at $40, I would call this an abandoned baby. But it looks similar. Either way, it's reversing, it's falling, and it's opening up at 36.20. So watch it for a potential drop again. With the help of the SPY, it could drop to $34. It's on its way back down. The sellers are like kind of slowly taking over the stock. So, and it's almost at the previous all-time highs. It's almost there. It just needs some time to chill out, and I think that today it will chill out and fall. All right, so that's the third one that y'all should be keeping in your watch list. All right, now let's talk about some of you guys' stocks of interest. The first one that somebody asked about was PANW. All right, now with PANW, this one got a lot of room to the downside, yes, and it's still kind of rolling over. So we got the first run, we got the pullback, and then the second one is less intensive than the last. As you can see, it made a lower high, which is not a good sign, especially for later on. All right, we got the lower high, and then we got this going for itself. It's at 480. Worse, what I anticipate for this thing, maybe some consolidation, right? And then we fall, and we break below that level right here. That is what I'm seeing with it. I'm not bullish at all. I'm really not. Let's look at the weekly. Definitely not bullish for the stock. There's so much room to the downside, and the market is still very sus and looking very bearish. All right, so I think that level breaks, and when it does, obviously it will provide a nice opportunity to the $430 level. Could it go a little bit lower? Again, time will tell. If the sell-off with the SPY accelerates, then this thing could go way below 430 and maybe even get to 400. All right, so watch it for a potential short. I am leaning extremely bearish on the market because that's what the market is presenting to me at this point in time. All right, so that is pretty much my very honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, helps the channel a lot. It allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you haven't done so already, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of our private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you haven't added me on social media yet, you can find me at PATTERNOLOGY and at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, there are some very basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes for you to get set up with all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get some free stocks to setting up a Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nguma with PATTERNOLOGY LAB, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.